So Sam, obviously a really big weekend in the UAE with the IPL starting, and it's already been packed with drama. So how did you enjoy the first weekend of having, cricket in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi too?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I mean, first three games are done. One last night. We've had a super over in there. We've had all sorts of stuff going on. Some big scores, some quick and big hitting as well. So yeah, it's been pretty phenomenal start. As it always is, it's the IPL at the end of the day.
Yeah. And looking at it from kind of your perspective and a local perspective, how good has it been to have such a high level of cricket come over to the UAE?
Yeah, listen, we receive quite a bit of cricket throughout the year, more and more each year. Pakistan Super League with the tournaments happen, the D10, and then obviously the IPL that's come across. It's come across once before in 2014, I think. And it always brings that extra level of excitement with kids. It's similar to, Wimbledon. Everybody picks up a tennis racket. So for the IPL, it is such a spectacle. It's a magnificent event. It's a shame that there's no crowds, but obviously at the moment with the times, it's what's right for the players and for the fans and the franchises. And it's just a fantastic opportunity for kids in the UAE to watch some cricket at a good time zone and know that it's happening in their backyard.
Yeah. And you mentioned Wimbledon. I guess same thing with, football World Cups, and it inspires people to really start talking about the game. Do you think that'll carry on, I guess, during the IPL, or have you seen it start even at trainings that kids are just talking about cricket a bit more, or it's more of the talk around the town?
Yeah, coaches use it to talk about it with the kids, and the kids you can hear them having conversations. Did you see this? Did you see that? Who do you think was going to win? No, they're not going to win. That. And it's just standard, and kid talk. But it's also really interesting to hear their thoughts and why they think teams might win. And it gives that little bit extra for us to be able to have a conversation with kids around that and explore those thoughts.
And moving on to your academy and the kids and how they're going, how's it all been going for you after opening up after COVID, and how's everything been going as you start operations again?
Yeah, I mean, we were really well planned throughout the summer. We had a lot of planning going to the rules and regulations and making sure that our kids are safe. So once that was sort of done and then monitored and adhered to, it then came back down to cricket, and that's what we know best, and that's what we enjoy doing. So it has been pretty good. We've had a real good influx of children come back. Probably some of that because of IPL, some of it because probably a slightly less contact sport than others. But we've had a lot of our kids coming back, getting back involved, just as much as we did before. So it's been good to get them back out on the grass and making sure that they're enjoying themselves.
And I guess we all kind of think of cricket as quite a good social distancing sport. Obviously, a big field to work with and non-contact. Has it been easy to adapt to all the regulations?
I think it's more the regulations have been fairly usual. So the ratios for nets is 6-1. We would stick to 6-1 anyway because of quality. So that's been pretty similar. Fielding sessions has stuck to sort of 8-1, which is probably higher than what we would normally do. So that's okay. The sharing of balls has been a little bit more difficult. There has been a clause where we can share, but very limited. That's a little bit more difficult. So finding ways to get around that, sanitizing balls every sort of 15 minutes, those sorts of conversations have been a little bit more testing for the coaches and sort of reinforcing the kids for that. But once it's sort of there and ingrained, it comes without saying that the kids want to be playing cricket, so they make sure it's done, and same with the coaches.
And you have got some exciting things coming up this term. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep, so we're 3 weeks into our term. The term's 20 weeks long, so we've got 17 more weeks left up till January the 30th. We've got a couple of camps. So we've got our October camp, cricket specific, at 2 venues in Dubai College, and we're just waiting for final confirmation on the other one. And we'll be able to share that with you very soon. We're really excited about both of those. They are limited spaces because of coach ratios. So we're advising all our kids to get signed up as soon as possible, where we go from sort of 350 kids through to 36 kids in a week. It's a little bit more difficult. So yeah, the opportunity will be there. We've got lots of one-on-ones, so kids taking the opportunity to do one-on-one sessions, which is great for their game. They build a rapport with their coach and really build their game. So that's been a really positive one for us. We've got a lot of kids doing one-on-ones at the moment.
Yeah. And it does sound like the future's looking quite bright and a bit of a return to normal. Is there any kind of timeline when you think maybe a bit of competition might return, or when you might have some friendlies played?
Yeah, so we've actually played 2 friendlies, and we've got a competitive game on Saturday, and we'll also have our league starts on the 3rd of October. So unlike other sports, we've been sanctioned to play our games from Emirates Cricket Board, which is really probably one of the reasons why it's kept the sport alive as well. So yeah, kids are obviously looking forward to that. The major change is no sweat or saliva on the ball. Apart from that, social distancing when the batting side are waiting to bat, and just sensible behaviour, no high fives, no shaking hands, sanitizer on the way in and out. So yeah, games are on, and we've played 3 games and won 3. So there you go.
That's already a perfect start to the season. So no, that's fantastic. It sounds great. So hopefully, everything continues that way. Really appreciate you having a chat to GYS.
No worries. Thanks for hosting us again as usual, and thanks for all the support.